If you don't do it, nothing's possible.
Jack Ma has managed to keep away from the public eye since 2020, but the billionaire recently made headlines when he was spotted back in China. Welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video, we'll talk about the long absence of Alibaba's founder and what he's up to now. What happened to Jack Ma? Here's everything you need to know. Jack Ma once held the title of China's most prominent and high-profile tech entrepreneur and billionaire. With his highly successful companies, most notably the Alibaba Group, Ma became the wealthiest man in China several times and cemented his name among the greatest investors and magnates in the global business world. However, his eventual downfall became just as memorable as his rise in the industry. In 2020, Ma infamously disappeared from the public eye after clashing with China's financial regulators, but we'll get to that in a bit. Ma gave up on his multi-billion-dollar companies, after which he majorly kept a low profile and was only recently spotted for the second time in 3 years. We last heard about Jack Ma in November 2022, when the Chinese business leader was living in Tokyo, Japan. Since then, he mostly faded from the public eye. Recently, in March 2023, multiple news outlets reported that the 58-year-old businessman had resurfaced in China after spending more than a year overseas. According to the South China Morning Post, which is owned by Alibaba, Jack Ma has been traveling around the globe to learn more about agricultural technology, but the newspaper did not comment on why he made no public appearances. So where was Jack Ma spotted? He reportedly visited Yungu School in the eastern Chinese city of Hangzhou, where Alibaba is headquartered. The school is also funded by Alibaba, so it shouldn't be too surprising that the company's owner and former executive chairman was getting a tour of the institute. During his visit, Ma, who's a former English teacher, had a detailed discussion with the staff before speaking about the impact of artificial intelligence on education. According to translated videos on social media, Ma discussed the rise of the AI chatbot ChatGPT, saying that ChatGPT and similar technologies are just the beginning of the AI era. We should use artificial intelligence to solve problems instead of being controlled by it. In his speech, Ma also spoke about his desire to return to teaching someday. Interestingly enough, the news of his reappearance came just as Alibaba announced a plan to split itself into 6 businesses. Despite being rejected from Harvard 10 times, Jack Ma became one of the world's most renowned tech billionaires. He co-founded the Alibaba Group in 1999, which is currently one of the world's largest e-commerce businesses, with over 300 million international customers, over 8.5 million sellers, and an annual revenue of over $128 billion. In 2014, Alibaba's IPO, initial public offering, was the largest in history, which quickly escalated Jack Ma's net worth to $25 billion, making him the richest Chinese billionaire at the time. During the same year, he expanded his empire with the financial tech giant Ant Group, which is also an affiliate of Alibaba and owns the digital payment platform Alipay. By 2018, Ma's net worth had reached a whopping $39 billion, and he stepped down as an executive chairman of Alibaba Group Holding a year later. In October 2020, Jack Ma made headlines after criticizing China's financial regulatory system in his speech at the annual People's Bank of China Financial Markets Forum. During the conference, he reportedly said that his country's regulators and banks had a pawn-shop mentality and that they were following global rules that are a part of an old people's club, which makes them unsuitable for Chinese tech innovation. He said, "We can't use yesterday's methods to regulate the future." A month after Ma's speech, the Ant Group IPO was heavily halted by new regulations introduced by Chinese authorities. Moreover, the company's $37 billion planned stock market flotation, which would have been the world's largest, was also stopped since the Ant Group was disqualified from making an IPO. According to several reports, Ma offered parts of Ant Group to the Chinese government, but the regulators still went ahead with the strict regulations. Shortly afterward, the business magnate vanished from the public eye, after which people speculated that he may have been forced to disappear. Even after Ma's disappearance, Chinese regulators didn't stop sniffing around his business empire. They not only launched an antitrust investigation, but also ordered the Ant Group to limit its ambitions. Throughout 2021, Jack Ma was spotted in Spain before making a rare appearance at the Alibaba headquarters in Hangzhou, China. Despite giving up his glory, the tech genius has remained a billionaire. Ma is currently worth $34 billion, making him the 5th wealthiest person in China and the 34th wealthiest person in the world. It will be interesting to see how Jack Ma's return to China impacts the business industry and the country's authoritarian rulers. As far as the future of Alibaba and Ant Group is concerned, it remains uncertain. That's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon to stay updated with our latest content. We'll see you next time. Until then, take care and goodbye.